Hello everyone. In this lecture today you are going to study what is Internet Protocol. You are going to study what is Internet Protocol, what is the position of IP, position of Internet Protocol in TCP IP stack, what are the services provided by IP, services provided by Internet Protocol, what are the functions of Internet Protocol, and we are going to study what is the unit of communication. What is the unit of communication for Internet Protocol? Now, what is Internet Protocol? Internet Protocol means it is the protocol used for internet communication. You know very well that protocol is a set of rules, that govern communication. Protocol is a set of rules that govern communication. When these set of rules are used for internet communication is also called as data communication. When these set of rules are used for internet communication, then it is called as the Internet Protocol. Now, this Internet Protocol identifies a machine connected in internet. It identifies a machine connected in internet. Now, what are the different kinds of machines which are connected in internet? The machine can be your computer, it can be a laptop, it can be a mobile device, smartphone, it can be a wireless sensor node, it can be any other smart device like your microwave oven. So any smart device can be connected to the internet. The machines are the communication machines, also called as the devices. These devices are enabled by Internet Protocol. They are identified by Internet Protocol when they are connected in the network. Now, the communication takes place among these different devices in the internet. A computer can talk to a laptop connected in the internet, or it may talk to a smartphone connected in the internet, or it may talk to a wireless sensor node connected in the internet, or it may talk to a microwave oven connected in the internet. All these devices are identified by an IP address. Now, there are two versions of Internet Protocol address. IP, Internet Protocol, has got two different versions: Internet Protocol version 4 and Internet Protocol version 6. This Internet Protocol version 4 has 32-bit address, and Internet Protocol version 6 has 128-bit address. This IPv4 is the current Internet Protocol which is used for internet communication. In IPv4 there are 2 raised to 32 addresses possible, which is equal to 192.168.144.967.296 addresses. These many addresses are possible with 32-bit IPv4 address. And we know very well that all over the globe there are very large number of internet users. These large number of internet users are much beyond the total number of addresses which are provided by IPv4. And therefore these IPv4 addresses are already exhausted, and we have started using Internet Protocol version 6, which provides 128-bit addresses. Now let us see what is the position of Internet Protocol in TCP/IP stack. Position of IP in Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol stack. We know that there are 5 layers in the TCP/IP stack. The topmost layer is the application layer. At this application layer, the protocols used are the Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, Domain Names Service or System, Simple Network Management Protocol, File Transfer Protocol, Telnet, and many more. At transport layer, the important protocols are TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, UDP, User Datagram Protocol, Stream Control Transmission Protocol, and Datagram Convergence Control Protocol. The two importantly used protocols at transport layer are the TCP and the UDP. At the network layer, the heart is the Internet Protocol. So IP is the heart of Internet layer or network layer. Network layer is also called as Internet layer. It is the heart of, this IP is the heart of the Internet layer. Now this Internet Protocol does not have the error reporting mechanism, so it takes help from the Internet Control Message Protocol to report the errors. Some sort of flow control, error control is provided by the ICMP protocol, which is not there in the Internet Protocol. IP takes help from its companion, that is ICMP, to report the errors. Other companion protocols of IP are the Address Resolution Protocol, the Reverse Address Resolution Protocol, Internet Group Management Protocol, ICMP, and many more. So importantly here, IP is the heart of the network layer. It identifies the devices connected in the internet by an IP address. Internet communication is possible because of this Internet Protocol. And below the network layer, there are data link layer and the physical layers. These data link layers and physical layers define the underlying LAN and WAN technologies. These data link layer and physical layer define the underlying LAN and WAN technologies. So the position of IP in the internet layer or in the TCP/IP stack is at the network layer or internet layer. Now let us see what are the services provided by the Internet Protocol. Services provided by IP, Internet Protocol. This Internet Protocol provides an unreliable service. It is an unreliable protocol. IP is an unreliable protocol. Now why it is called as unreliable protocol? because this IP does not guarantee that the packets will be delivered to the destination. IP provides datagram service. It provides datagram service. In this datagram service, the packets or datagrams may follow any path in the internet between the source and the destination. Some of the packets may be following the first path. Some of the packets may be following the second path. Some of the packets or datagrams may be following the third path, and so on. In this datagram service, the packets or datagrams may be lost in the medium. They may be dropped or lost in the medium. The information at the network layer is carried in the form of packets or datagrams, and these packets may follow any path between the source and destination, and these packets or datagrams may not arrive in order at the destination. For example, the destination may receive the first two packets first, and then it may receive packet number 46, then 34, and so on. So they are not received in order, and some of the packets may be lost. So IP is an unreliable service. IP is connectionless. It is connectionless protocol. Now, what is meant by connectionless protocol? This internet protocol does not require any prior connection setup between the source and the destination. A prior connection need not be established between the source and destination in case of connectionless protocol. Between the source and destination, the packets may follow any path in random. So, a prior connection setup is not required in connectionless communication. So, IP is connectionless protocol. And as it is connectionless, it does not ensure that all packets are delivered to the destination. And thus the service provided by IP is called as the best effort service or best effort delivery. IP provides best effort delivery service. Means it tries its best. IP tries its best to deliver the information, but it does not guarantee that the information or packets are delivered to the destination. So IP always tries its best to deliver the information, but it does not guarantee that the information is delivered to the destination. Thus it is clear that IP is unreliable protocol, it is connectionless protocol, and it provides best effort delivery service. Now, when reliability is required in communication, IP takes help from the TCP, the upper layer protocol called as transmission control protocol, because this transmission control protocol provides reliable communication. It always guarantees that the information is delivered to the destination, and that too in the sequential order. So IP is unreliable and the TCP is reliable. So whenever reliability is required, IP is combined with the transmission control protocol. Now let us see what are the functions of internet protocol. functions of IP, functions of Internet Protocol. Now we have seen that Internet Protocol is the network layer protocol. It is used at the network layer. It is the heart of the network layer, and it receives the information from the above layers. It receives the information from directly from the transport layer, from the protocols like TCP, UDP, SCTP, DCCP. So whenever it receives the information from the upper layer, it encapsulates the information in its own unit, in its own format. So one of the function of IP is that it encapsulates higher layer information. So when TCP provides some information, the IP encapsulates it in its packet or datagram. This may be the segment from the TCP. This segment will be encapsulated in this IP packet or datagram. Now, IP provides logical addresses for internet communication, as we have seen in the discussion of IPv4 and IPv6 addresses. So IP provides logical addresses for internet communication, because whenever the devices communicate in the internet, these devices, each of these devices must be identified by some address, and these addresses are provided by the internet protocol. IP provides the logical addresses, also called as IP addresses, for communication. So this is one of the function of the internet protocol. One more function of internet protocol is it performs fragmentation and reassembly. It supports fragmentation and reassembly. Now what is this fragmentation and reassembly? In fragmentation and reassembly, let's say the network layer has the information which is having the size of 2349 bytes. The information is arranged in packets of 2349 bytes. And let's say at the data link layer, the technology used is Ethernet. This Ethernet has got the maximum transmission unit of 1500 bytes. So when the underlying technology is specifying the maximum transmission unit of 1500 bytes and the packet generated at the network layer are having size far more than this, then in this case fragmentation is required. Fragmentation is required at the source side, so that this original 2349 bytes of packet can be divided such that they are passed through the underlying data link layer technology. And at the destination side, these packets are reassembled to form the original size packet. So this fragmentation and reassembly is supported by the internet protocol, because this internet protocol has the 3 fields in its header called as fragmentation. So the 3 fields in its header called as identification, flags, and fragment offset, which are used in case of fragmentation and reassembly. Thus it is clear that the functions of IP are: IP encapsulates higher layer information, IP provides logical addresses for internet communication, and IP supports fragmentation and reassembly. To summarize, we have seen what is Internet Protocol, what are the services provided by Internet Protocol, services provided by IP. We have seen the functions of IP. Now let us see what is the unit of communication in Internet Protocol. Unit of communication means what in which form the information is transmitted by the Internet Protocol, that is at the network layer. The unit of communication for IP is called as datagram. IP datagram. Or the unit of communication for IP may be packet. IP packet or IP datagram. Now this IP datagram has got header followed by the information, header followed by the data. So this complete unit, header followed by data, is called as the IP datagram. Now the header of Internet Protocol is meant to carry the addresses required for communication and the control information which is required for communication. And the data part is meant for carrying the actual information. This header part of IPv4 version, IPv4 protocol, is having 20 to 60 bytes. The size of the IPv4 header is varying from 20 bytes to 60 bytes. And the total length of the IPv4 datagram can be 65535 bytes. Now the details on IPv4 datagram and the details of the IPv4 structure, header structure, can be studied in another lecture. Thanks for watching.